you start a wrestling program with a main event that could fill any arena in the country, but we got one today, and the champions are here.
It is Tribal Nation, Lennox Lightfoot, and Indian Outlaw making their way to the ring. They are the Shaw Tag Team Champions, and look what they got waiting for them in the ring.
This was a match that Paul Adams demanded for the Tennessee Violence Authority. They felt like they got robbed last week because of actually Adam's shenanigans. He got beat up for it by Miss Boogie.
Here we go.
We are ready. And the pool cue got involved, so as a result, Tribal Nation ended up with the belts, and Tribal Nation right now goes right back to work on the Tennessee Violence Authority, but now things are evening up.
You know, MSJ, I'm a big fan of pure scientific wrestling, and I get a little bit worried. I see four great athletes in the ring, then I see Paul Adams on the outside. More importantly, I see a sledgehammer and a pool cue hanging around as well.
Well, I'll say this much. The Tribal Nation has won their way into the hearts of the fans, not only from Saw, but worldwide here on Showtime All-Star Wrestling via the World Wide Web at www.showtimewrestling.tv.
Indian Outlaw and Lennox Lightfoot, very deserving champions. They won that title from Homicidal Tendencies, Hot Chocolate Corey Williams, and Vic the Bruiser, and they have carried on a great tradition of great Saw Tag Team Champions.
The Indian Outlaw with a big back body drop. This is, you know, these two teams early, they go after each other, but these are as tough a teams as you'll find. You know, and for Paul Adams, I hate to say it, but I sort of feel sorry for him because things have not been going his way lately. You know, Norway Austin lost the TV belt to Damian Adams. Paul was outsmarted in that match. Rick Santel lost a singles bout a few weeks ago to the Boogie Woogie Boy. T.V.A. disqualified last week because of Paul Adams. And, you know, I guess Paul Adams, in a way, has something to prove to his own team right now.
Well, he's proven it in the same way he's proven it in the past with Towley, with sledgehammers, with pool cues, with two freaks that live out in the woods at Matt Dillinger's house. Do these guys train at Matt Dillinger's house?
Well, the Indian Outlaw dropping his partner across the chest of Hammerjack, and Hammerjack got a knee up there that may have taken the air out of the blast, and Hammerjack is going to make the tag, and Dillinger is going to come in, and he is greeted by a drop-down arm drag takedown.
Lennox Lightfoot, probably the overall best athlete of the four. These other three just huge men, great athletes as well. As we see Indian Outlaw going up top right now.
Well, this young man, he has made his impression on me because the Indian Outlaw can make his way around that ring. Dillinger is just an old barroom fighter. I mean, there's nothing else that this man, he's gonna pierce fix it with whatever comes in his way, whether it be man or beast. And Hammerjack, I think he's got a screw loose. He carries a sledgehammer to the ring. That tells you something.
Hammerjack has a screw loose, true, but then he starts hanging around Matt Dillinger, hanging out in the woods in Matt Dillinger's cabin out there. And like you say, no doubt Matt Dillinger came from the pool hall. He carries that pool cue with him all the time.
Well, you know, the stir that steers the drink here, that mixes the cocktail, and it's a very loud and brutal libation in the tag team of Hammerjack and Dillinger. But the straw that stirs it is Paul Adams. He's calling directions on the sideline like an offensive coordinator. And he is probably more intense than I have seen him lately, because I think, to be honest with you, his employment as the head of the T.V.A. may be on the line in this very match.
It could be. And when you talk about Paul Adams being on the sidelines, he reminds me where Jerry Tarkanian could just stick a towel in his mouth where it ought to be most of the time.
I know there's some of these wrestling fans would stick that towel somewhere else if given the chance. Look at that neck breaker, swinging neck breaker on the Indian Outlaw. Here's Dillinger with the cover and Lennox Lightfoot in to break it up. You know, I think Adams got also embarrassed last week when the Boogie Woogie woman beat the living fire out of him on TV.
It can't be good when that's happening. She did. She beat the living fire out of him. I'll tell you that Matt Dillinger, I got too close to him a while ago. Matt Dillinger smells like old-time wrestling.
He smells like old-time something, but I don't think it's wrestling. Tag is made. Here's Lennox Lightfoot coming in. Hammerjack's going to come in. Big drop kick.
Oh.
That's a greeting. There's one for the man that wouldn't leave the ring, Dillinger. And Lennox Lightfoot is on fire. Double tomahawk chop.
Oh, Lennox Lightfoot with a big chops across the deck of Matt Dillinger.
Putting him right into the side of the neck there, right where it joins the shoulder area. And that time Hammerjack came across, inverted atomic drop, and that hit where no man wants to be hit.
No man wants to be hit there, that's for sure, but Lennox Lightfoot was, and now Dillinger's got him wrapped up there.
Well, this is a very dangerous combination, and with Adams in the corner, Lennox Lightfoot right now at a big disadvantage because the team of T.V.A. has cut off the ring, but now Lightfoot making his way across the way, and he makes the tag. And now the Indian Outlaw has come in. The referee went down. Ricky Bell just got sandwiched in the corner.
Well, Ricky Bell might have got a collarbone broken there. Looks like he's holding that area. I don't think he can turn over.
Now Indian Outlaw in the ring against two men, and he's taking the measure of them thus far. And Hammerjack in the corner. Here's the side headlock. Oh, what a beautiful move.
Indian Outlaw. Big man picking up two big men.
He's going for the cover. There's one. There's two. There's three. He's got him covered. He's got him locked, but the referee had been knocked silly over here on the ring apron. Lennox Lewis trying to get him back up now. Lewis in a double drop kick on Hammerjack. They're awaiting Dillinger. Here's Lightfoot moving in. Here's Indian Outlaw. They've got him squared off.
Oh! Big chop to the head.
Dillinger caught.
Look out, he's
Lightfoot going upstairs. Whoa! Did you see the elevation on that?
Oh, my.
He's got him covered. 1, 2, and whoa, the referee just got pulled out of the ring by Paul Adams.
Indian Outlaw had Matt Dillinger with a pin, and Ricky Bell gets pulled out. He gets...
What do you mean, what? Paul Adams begging the fact that he did nothing, where Paul Adams just saved his team from being counted out.
Oh, wait a minute.
Indian Outlaws on the floor.
Action in and outside the ring right now.
Hammerjack and Lightfoot inside the ring.
Oh, you missed that. Paul Adams just came with a big fist to the back of Indian Outlaw. Paul Adams hit him across with a closed fist across the back of the head. And now Indian Outlaw is going after him.
In the ring, Hammerjack's got the sledgehammer, and he just nailed Lennox Lightfoot in the throat with it.
Lightfoot went for the 4-winds tomahawk chop with a big springboard off.
Ring. Oh, my gosh, this is a travesty.
It's over, Michael St. John. He pinned it. Hammerjack pinned Lennox Lightfoot after Lightfoot went for the 4 wins.
Paul Adams is grabbing the belts at ringside. Hammerjack and Dillinger are going to get their hands raised in a most controversial ending.
Most controversial indeed. That's the way Paul Adams and his crew does it. I guess this is unbelievable.
Adams just stole the belt.
Wait a minute, we got something wrong here. We got Indian Outlaws. Indian Outlaw wants somebody to attend to Lennox Lightfoot.
Paul Adams on a victory lap around the ring.
Something's wrong with Lennox Lightfoot in the ring.
Lightfoot he got it in the throat with the sledgehammer. Adams thrilled to death that he got the belts back.
Indian Outlaw desperately asking for water, for help, for something for Lennox Lightfoot.
Lightfoot having trouble breathing. We're getting help in the ring right now.
We got to get somebody out here, Michael.
They're the new champions up on the stage.
We need a physician or somebody to come to ringside.
Paul Adams, skullduggery. I can't believe this.
We were talking about Paul Adams not so long ago being on a kind of a bad streak, I think, Michael St. John. You even felt kind of sorry for him. Do you feel sorry for him now?
No, not at all. I'll tell you, I am appalled. The Indians get the belts stolen from them. We'll be back with more here on I'm out of breath. Showtime All-Star Wrestling.